right link, James. Okay, you gonna send me a new key?
Daniel's in broadcast room 2. Yeah, Zach's asking what's going on with us. Yeah, Zach's asking what's going on with us. Does that say driver chat has been enabled?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, but I believe we got everything worked out all right now. I'm your host, David Wellborn, tonight for the Winona Road Truck Series. Our normal broadcasters is Daniel Hallis, and he's here in the booth with us, and Tater Butcher Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
How we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear.
All right, good.
Well, this should be an interesting race. We've already had an interesting start, so I hope the racing is just about as interesting as what we've been going through here.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't, considering certainly a lot of last lap excitement for both races, really.
Be interesting to see which line prevails too tonight.
Yeah, that's right, because, look, I mean, the outside looks like it was coming in a little bit more than I was anticipating for the Cup race last night. Were you able to run the high line, Daniel?
Only if there's enough people up there to help you do it.
Well, right now, Brandon Red and Matt Kleinschmidt up on top of the scoring pylon on practice sheet. And just about everybody is, all but one or two have taken the time. Mostly doing tandem drafting here.
Yeah, I don't believe we're going to have sound for the in car. Let me see if I can't turn it up just a little bit. I did oh, well, see, that explains why we don't have sound. Did I not get it right?
Well, while we're getting this all sorted out, do you guys have any picks for tonight on who's going to win this thing?
I'm thinking it might be a driver that isn't in here for points. Possibly, I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb and pick Pandoff tonight.
I was going to pick J.R. Hager because he certainly showed his aggression on Monday during the late laps, and we know he can run up front. I mean, I'm sure he learned from his little excursion there on not only the restart procedure, but as far as sticking his nose not in the best spot. But I'm sure he's learned from it, and he's proven he can run up front.
Yeah, I like Hager myself. He's got real good car control. If he would just know the aggressiveness and when to apply it. There was a little mistake he made last night with the aggressiveness, and it ended up costing him the end of the longest line issue. But if he learns from that tonight, you can see him in victory lane. That's for sure.
Yeah, the only problem with that is Hager's not in here tonight, I don't believe.
Oh, well, that would blow.
Oh, he's not?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's only a Grand National driver, guys.
Oh, well, poop. Could have sworn I saw him on the roster.
Well, we got Matt Kleinschmidt, I mean. I did it again. I was talking to him earlier, and just want to get a clarification of his last name, and it is Kleinschmidt. His name is Matt Kleinschmidt. I was talking to him. He thought he has a pretty good truck for this evening.
Yeah, he's been certainly drafting well based on what I've seen in practice, not only pushing, but also the truck out front as well.
Oh, my God. I hate ATVO.
Well, we got, what, about a minute and 50 seconds? Let's see if we can pull him in here real quick and see what he says on Matt there. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, sure, let me get to him here.
Hey, Matt, this is Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Hey, these guys are just talking about you. I think they got a couple questions for you.
All right.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Matt, how do you think you're going to handle it tonight?
Well, I think me and Jeffrey Meyer have a plan to kind of hang around the back early, just in case, and then try to make a push towards the front. We ran some pretty quick lap times, and we were just 2 trucks on the high line and 3 on the bottom, so we were doing pretty good.
Is the plan for qualifying to go out there and set a really slow pace and start in the back, and then when do you go? I mean, it's only a 50-lap race. When's the go code?
Yeah, I think we're gonna, or I'm going to run a pretty slow qualifying lap, and then try to stay pretty close to the draft. These things suck up pretty good, so you can afford to fall back just a little bit, and then still keep the draft. So try to make a push about midway, I guess.
Well, that's a lot different than the Cup cars last night, that's for sure.
All right, Matt. I wish you the best of luck. I'll go ahead and throw you back where you were. You got about 10 seconds here. Hopefully we'll be able to watch you come through and win the race.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like what he said about the truck series, the trucks sucking up better, which I agree with, compared to the Cup cars.
Well, looks like we're getting ready to do some qualifying.
Yeah, the Cup cars definitely don't suck up very well. That's for sure.
Yeah, Danny, I mean, you would know more than us, considering one of the Daytona 500s. You did, and
sure.
So yeah, Danny, I mean, he pretty much had more than us. The most eventful night, I think, last night. One of the Daytona 500. Leading early to having connection issues to
sure.
Being involved in that early wreck, and making your way back to the front, and then saw you pull off on the back straightaway.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on last night, but who did you pick for the pole tonight, guys?
Well, since J.R. Hager isn't in here, huh? I guess it kind of depends on who's actually going to
John Mullins
make a qualifying lap. Yeah, John Mullins wouldn't be a bad choice.
That's my pick anyway. If I'm gonna have to pick somebody, I'm gonna pick him to pole and win it.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Cunningham for the pole. See what he can do.
Yeah, he ran a pretty blistering lap there. Practice.
Now we will try to bring all the wrecks that we can get tonight. With everything that's been going on here with both our systems crashing, we'll be lucky if everything works out as planned tonight. But that was the thing for being here tonight as being a backup for Daniel Hallis, and it just happened that it's the best thing to how do they say it, Daniel? Plan for the best and hope for the best and plan for the worst.
Hey, it's one of those things where, Mom always said, make sure you get a spare pair of underwear in the glove box.
Yep. I don't know why they want us to have clean underwear on. I thought that's what an accident was.
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, we're riding around with Bradley Freeman right now, and it looks like Tater Bowman is sitting on the pole as of right now. We got Martin Wenzel in second, and Dakota Wilkins is sitting in third. Now, this is y'all's broadcast, so I'm just going to sit back and relax and let y'all do the things, and I'll jump in and whenever we need to. And let's get some.
Spencer Tartan dropped to the top of the board now, and now Dakota Wilkins. Yeah, they're reaching and now Bryson Hunt. Wow, that's a great lap by Bryson Hunt.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I'll say
Chris Stouffer stuck it up there in second as well.
Yeah, best I was able to run was like a 2:32 or something.
I spent most of my time last night right behind Stouffer, right up until I decided to cause the big one there on lap 60 or so.
I mean, we all know it was just a racing deal and no harm intended, of course.
Yeah, and tonight we are at Daytona, and we'll be running 50 laps here tonight. It's 73 degrees with 5 mile an hour out of the southeast. It's partly cloudy. It's not overcast. So they should have some pretty good grip out here. What do you think, gentlemen?
Yeah, I agree. And we see Mitchell Briggs is now to the top of the board.
He's a fast driver as well. I've watched him. People don't know I really do this, but I do. I have a lot of friends that's in DRL on my friends list, and I will join and ghost and spectate with them just to see how my competition is.
Yeah.
But
that's not a bad idea.
You can't count out Martin Wenzel either.
No, not at all.
And it looks like Vega's up there doing the same strategy that he pulled the last time, was starting the back and work his way up cautiously.
Wait, who'd you say, Vega?
Yeah.
He's in the race control tonight.
Oh, well. Well, that's kind of messed me up there. I guess Pandolf is going to do race control as well, or is he racing?
There's going to be Ryan Branch joining him as well.
All right, so Pandolf may actually be running for points in this series.
It looks like Matt Kleinschmidt and Zach Smith and Josh Coppernall and Jeff Meyer have the strategy of starting in the back.
Well, let's see if we can't get the grid.
And while we have a second, let's try to pull Mitchell Briggs in here, our pole sitter.
Okay.
Let's see. Come on now. Hey, Mitchell Briggs, it's Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, congrats on winning the pole. We certainly got a fast truck for the night. So what's your strategy? You get to try to stay up front as much as you can, or you get to do kind of like what Alex Bowman did in the dual race and drop to the back and then charge late?
Yeah, I was actually just discussing that. Not exactly too sure. Still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I know both strategies have their pluses and minuses. Do you have a particular drafting partner you're looking to hook up with tonight?
Yeah, actually, I've been working with Clay Phillips, who luckily is starting right behind me.
Yeah, that certainly helps. And since you're not racing the Sears for points, like, well, what would it mean to get a win at Daytona?
Well, it'd be cool. I took the winter off, and it'd be nice to just come out strong right at the start.
I'll say any win at Daytona sure is special. We'll be watching you. Good luck out there.
Thanks.
All right, so as we got about 15 seconds until they're about to roll out. Let's go through the starting field. Got Mitchell Briggs, who we just talked to, and Bryson Hunt on the front row. Clay Phillips, Chris Stouffer in row 2, Eric Weatherholtz, Dakota Wilkins in row 3. As we see, Mark Vega is given some last-minute instructions here before they roll off onto the track.
Got Andrew Marsh and Ryan Branch in row 4. We got Jeremy Hebel and Spencer Tart in row 5. Robert Armstrong, Marvin Wingfield in row 6. Bob Cunningham and John Mullins in row 7. Casey Drake and Martin Wenzel in row 8. Tater Bowman and Cy Jackson in row 9. Bradley Freeman and Richard Springer, row 10. Cody Gatsky, Brandon Red in row 11. Josh Coppernall, you can't count Josh Coppernall out either. And Zachary Smith in row 12. Jeffrey Meir and Matt Kleinsmith in
there you go, you got it right.
row 13. Yeah, I'm going to practice on that a little bit.
Yeah.
We got Mark Vega and Brandon Hartwell in row 14. James Pandolf and Chris Williams, I don't know if they're actually racing or not, but they're in row 15.
Well, I'm sorry, David, but on my screen here it says they're getting black flagged by race control for, I guess,
not qualifying.
Yeah, not qualifying. So what are they doing? They're starting in the pits, right?
They'll have to make a stop and go. Yes,
stop
sir.
And go. I got you. Well, here comes the field down for the green flag.
Well, let me roll up here and see if we can't get to Mitchell Briggs. And ladies and gentlemen, again, I am sorry if we will not have sound on the cars tonight for some reason. I'll try one more time to try to bring it up for iRacing, but I don't know if that's going to help.
Well, it looks like things are going according to plan. Mitchell Briggs, when we were just talking to him, he's got his dance partner, Clay Phillips, right behind him. And they're going to try to pull away from the rest of this inside line. And Bryson Hunt is stuck up there all by himself. So they come off turn 4 for the first time. It looks like Mitchell Briggs is going to lead this first lap. Bryson Hunt still trying to make his way on the outside. And here comes somebody on the outside.
We got Clay Phillips in second place. Got Chris Stouffer in third. Eric Weatherholtz is in fourth. And let's see if I can get a good look right there. It's the 17 of Brian Hunt is trying to make that outside work. And he's got company there with Ryan Branch behind him. Yes, sir, he sure does.
Yep, and Spencer Tart.
And ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to have to kill some dogs. And Clay Phillips has just decided he's going to jump up there in front of Bryson there and see if he can't take over the lead.
Yep, and I think Mitchell Briggs might be thinking, okay, I thought we had a plan here, bud. But as we all know, that can make a plan and then they drop the flag.
Well, Mike Tyson said everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
Exactly. Well, Chris Stouffer's certainly giving him a nice push on the inside.
Yeah, now, like I said, I did a lot of racing with him last night. He's a real good driver. Even with the damage that he had last night, he still had a strong car.
And looks like he's about clear of second if he wants to jump up there.
I believe he's going to hang right there where he's at.
So we got the top 17 trucks all within 1.5 seconds of each other. And a lot of guys just minding their P's and Q's in the back of the field, just trying to log laps and make it to the end without any incident.
And Clay Phillips is still working up top there with Bryson Hunt, and I believe he's going to try to make a charge. They got a good run down there going into the backstretch. They just can't seem to get it done there.
Yeah, they might need to get some more guys behind them.
Well, Ryan Branch will get up just a little bit closer to Mr. Hunt there. They may be able to get something done, but you know, some people are thinking safety first. They're only 5 laps into a 50-lap race. And
right. I mean, there's no need to be taking any unnecessary chances early right now.
yeah. And they will be making, what, 1 pit stop tonight. It's definitely going to have to make at least 1 pit stop after about 10 laps. So they can short pit. You look for anybody to start short pitting between 10 and 20 into this race. And if not, then they'll run it out to, what, like 35 laps and then come in and take their only pit stop.
And well, we saw that short pit strategy work for Mark Vega in the B race on Monday.
I wished I was a little bit more prepared for tonight. Just thought I was going to be helping out and, you know, just doing a little bit of chatting here and there. And looks like Mr. Stouffer decided it looked like he jumped to the outside to see if he can't get up there and get around that 69 of Mitchell Briggs.
Will we have our first lead change of the night? I believe we do. Yes, he did lead that lap.
Well, give it off to Mr. Stouffer. That's at least 5 bonus points for iRacing rating, and I believe he gets an extra bonus point for leading the lap here with DRL. So.
Yep, and for those who are just joining us for the first time, as far as bonus points, 1 bonus point for leading the lap, another for leading the most laps, 5 just for simply finishing the race, and 2 more with finishing the race with a 0x or 0 incident points. And also, if the driver is running for points in this series and he wins, it'll be an extra 3 points towards the chase come September. So
yeah, these bonus points count, every bit of them.
As we saw, I mean, it's certainly not too early to be points racing. We saw, remember last year in the truck series, the last chase spot was decided on a tiebreaker between Ben Rhodes and Ryan Truex.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to clear my throat. Well,
it's like
Stouffer's got really clear now, and I think he's going to pull his buddy Clay Phillips down with him if he can get clear. He's hanging up there with him like he's wanting to.
Where Ryan Branch had a real close call right there, almost had his truck, had to chase it up the hill, and was able to keep it off the wall. And Stouffer leads this time by as well. Looks like everybody, for the most part, is minding their manners like they should.
Well, I'm glad to see it's not a bottom-feeding race with the Cups. You know, the Xfinity cars or the Grand National cars, I should say, and these trucks, there's just so much you can do. And they got a lapper.
Yep.
That's the 04.
Chris Torrance.
Is that Chris Torrance? Yeah. I'm hoping everybody gets through clear.
Yep. He certainly had more luck of staying out of the way than I did the other night.
Oh, well, you can pull a stroker race anytime you want to for spectacular.
Hey, what did Chris James call it? Like Neo Matrix style or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who didn't see, what guys want to, after this race, want to click over to watch the B race, you'll pretty much see Dukes of Hazzard all over again at about lap 45 or so. Well, here we go up front again.
Yeah, that high side seems to be working pretty good. Chris Stouffer decided he was just going to jump on down there, and he left Clay Phillips out there hot and dry.
Or Clay Phillips had, for a moment, looked like he had a lane to dug in there.
Yeah, he had just about what I had last night. If he'd have pulled that truck down there, he'd have caused it. My spotter stayed clear as well, and
I got another lapper they're coming up on.
Yep, and it looks like that lapper is James Pandolf.
Yep.
And I believe he's going to go all the way on the bottom of the track. Hang on to it, James. There you go. He's trying to get safe. He didn't have enough room to get up top. Probably just ran out of real estate before he realized they were on top of him. We're 3 wide. We got Ryan Branch.
Lead. Got Ryan Branch up on the high side.
Yep. Clay
Try to
Phillips
hang
in the middle.
Briggs in the middle.
And Stouffer's hanging on there on the bottom. And they are going to continue to stay 3 wide. Hang on to it, Clay.
Contact. Yeah, that was close there. The trial was really treacherous part. The trucks are really light through there. Oh, got somebody in the wall.
That looked like Spencer Tart, maybe.
I believe he gathered it back up, and well, we're going to stay green whatever the case.
Well, if he gathered it back up, he dropped all the way to 8. It was a red truck. So
well, now things looks like after that little moment up there, things have kind of settled down a little bit, but
you just give them a few more laps. They'll get back into it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, where'd Spencer Tart come across the line? Well, he's still up there in 7th the last time around.
Right.
So we're on lap 13 here. These guys are going to try that short pit strategy. You might think it would come relatively soon.
Yeah, it would come anytime between now and I'd say 25. If you do 25, that's half and half.
Right.
But me, I'm going to run it out to probably 40. And then I'm coming in just for a little bit of gas and be done.
And that's the strategy I was planning on before I got taken out in my race. But I'm sure all these guys would certainly like to make their pit stop under caution and be a lot better off.
And the reason we don't have sound tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is I was set up to race and with my virtual reality, and I would have to actually log out of the server and bring you back in for the sound card to actually work in. So that's the reason why we do not have the sound for the engines tonight. We apologize, but seems like ATVO and everything tried to take a dump like 30 minutes before this race.
And here we at the line, we're going to have our third leader of the race, Eric Weatherholtz.
Yep.
By 19 thousandths of a second.
It don't
Could
matter.
you imagine if we had a finish like the Xfinity Series, 4 10,000ths of a second?
Oh,
Imagine
that'd
if
be
we had
awesome
that
for the
tonight.
truck series, and it can be, and it can happen. But then again, you got to look for the Cup Series finish where David Wright just is in the right place at the right time, and being the 5th truck back ends up winning the race. That was an exciting finish in the Cup Series last night as well.
I know I know Martin sir got a kick out of that while he was up in the booth.
Well, I wished I could have been up there, but it seemed like it just wasn't my night.
I was watching it on the stream last night, and I could hardly believe what I was seeing. Now, speaking of Martin Wenzel, looks like he's had some connection issues, and he's being scored right now, 2 laps down in 27th.
Oh, that's a crying shame. He's just not had the best of luck here lately, whether it be a connection issue or getting caught up in somebody's mess. Now, he did, I think those, what was it, the Busch Grand National Series, he made it through the big one with nothing, no damage, no nothing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I don't think he
didn't hit
got
anything.
any damage, even though pretty much everybody else behind him did.
Everybody else in front of him, everybody behind him.
Like the top 15 cars or so. Unfortunately, I was in the back because I was so many laps down and so far behind the pack that I got it stopped before anything happened to my truck or my car.
We got to thank our sponsors, Winona Road, for taking part of this truck series here and sponsoring it. They are a country band. Really not for sure where they're out of, but like I said, I was not planning on being the broadcaster here tonight. I was just going to sit in, but it looks like with our technical issues, we got 3 wide going on between Eric Weatherland and...
with Clay Phillips, did he just get the wall right there?
Well, he dropped back.
Yeah, he's dropping back big time. Well, he's dropped all the way to at the very end of this pack.
He must have caught the field there. Let's see if I can't get on him.
I'm sure now that he's back there, he's probably just gonna ride for a while.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm going to try to get this replay in. If it lets me.
And we apologize, folks, for the technical difficulties we've been experiencing tonight.
8 days and I'll have that taken care of. At least on my end, anyway. Oh, it looks like it's going to try to give us the replay. Or not.
Now, anyway, we still got Mitchell Briggs and Chris Stouffer hooked up, almost in a tandem. They have a slight gap over the battle for third. Now Bryson Hunt making a charge back again. He's looking like he wants to hop to the outside. Thinks better of it. So we're working lap 20 of 50 here at Daytona tonight. 50 laps, 125 miles. Caution free at this point.
And Clay Phillips really did a nice job to keep bringing that caution out. Unfortunately, again, we were experiencing the timing screen issues. I don't know why it is just with us. There's a couple of us that do this that have the issue. But we'll get it straightened out in 8 days.
Well, Clay Phillips, that really cost him, because right now he's being scored in 16th, 10 seconds behind the lead pack. Now 13 seconds as he crosses the line this time.
I just noticed Daniel Hallis is not even in the broadcast. What happened? He loses his machine again?
Yeah, but I'm afraid so, perhaps.
That sucks. Well, we got to 28.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Sorry, idiot.
Well, remember, I think at Richmond in practice one time, Darrell Watchup had his phone go off.
Oh,
contact!
on
Between
two
the lap
trucks.
truck.
Ryan Branch looks like he got a little piece of that
Well, how did they not wreck right there?
skill. Skill, you got to give it to him.
Yeah, that was a fantastic job.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice. Of course, now Ryan Branch dropped all the way down to 14th after that, so he definitely got caught up in that. And I know these drivers are screaming that they need to come in. It's almost 25 laps into this race. We still haven't had a yellow flag. It's not from the lack of trying, and Ryan Branch is into the pits. He is short pitting.
Well, if they're going to split it up into that 25 lap run, two 25 lap runs like you were talking about, David, then they should be coming about 2 laps from now.
Well, if Chris Torrance can get out with Ryan Branch at the same time, then they'll probably be all right. But yeah, they both left the pits, so yeah. Well, I said they did. It stopped and then it picked back up. Surely they're not going with full tanks of gas. I wonder if Chris Torrance was involved in that outside skirmish. He was the lapper on the high side, wasn't he? Yeah, Chris Torrance. Yeah, he was a lapper on the outside. So
yeah, he's being shown 4 laps down now.
And it looks like Ryan Branch is trying to fix a little bit of damage on pit road. That's a bad call for him tonight. It just the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's just the nature of the beast here.
Well, it is Daytona. Robert Armstrong's in. He's going to do his short pit.
He's got some damage to his right front as well, I noticed. Of course, he's had a tough week. The about lap 10 of the Grand National race, he was running up in about 2nd or 3rd, and
Spencer Tardy looked to me like he was trying to make a move for the outside on that for the lead.
He's trying to.
And
he just needs Matthew Kleinschmidt to get up to his back bumper.
Well, am I live? I guess I am, but you said Kleinschmidt, and I don't see him on my timing screen.
Oh,
before Martin Wenzel looks like he's...
Oh, Eric Weatherholtz, I'm sorry. I got the wrong truck.
Who's in the 4 truck? Is that Martin Wenzel? That wasn't Martin Wenzel, was it?
Yeah, he's just had a rough night altogether.
Yeah, that is Martin Wenzel. Martin Wenzel having some connection issues, and then he had to hit the apron there to keep from getting ran over.
Up on the outside, Spencer Tart trying to edge out in front. Finally got Eric Weatherholtz attached to his rear tailgate.
You got Casey Drake right there in the mix of things as well. And it looks like he got hung out to dry. Weatherholtz decided he was going to drop down in behind Chris Stouffer. Well, that's okay. Casey Drake, he knows how to put that bumper to that bumper. And you're probably going to see him do it right here as soon as they come out this turn. We got a yellow flag.
Caution is out, yes.
See if you can pick that up, and we'll try to bring out yellow.
Trying to find... Oh, here we go. I had it for a minute there. Matt Kleinschmidt. See, his truck with a lot of damage. I believe he was involved. Oh yeah, off turn 4.
Okay.
They were about a half a lap behind the lead group.
Hell, it replayed me and put me on Chris Stouffer.
I see the 85 of Sedarius Jackson got turned around. Richard Springer in the 99 ended up into the inside wall. Andrew Marsh with damage, Josh Coppernall, Zach Smith, about a half dozen trucks.
Wow.
Who, I mean, and that's especially a real shame because they were hanging out back trying to avoid all this, and they're the ones who end up getting caught in it. Well, this is certainly what the leaders were hoping for, to be able to make their pit stop under caution. I come back live here. Zach Smith, yeah, he's got a lot of damage all around the front of his truck. Matt Kleinschmidt as well. Well, he's still out on the racetrack, but he's certainly more repairs are needed on his truck.
Timing screen just refuses to give me a replay, so.
And here come all the leaders on pit road. As Chris Stouffer hits his box. Certainly cannot afford any mistakes on pit road. We saw that cost Martin Winslow in the.
If I'm coming in, I'm not grabbing tires. I'm just grabbing some gas and gone. And
Yep,
I think that's
looks like
exactly
that's
what
what
Chris.
they did.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. I think that's what Chris Stouffer did.
Yep, and he's going to get out first. Certainly mission accomplished for him. Eric Weatherholt's going to come out second. Spencer Tart third. Marvin Wingfield fourth. And Mitchell Briggs, our pole sitter. Now looks like Briggs could end up fourth.
It looks like after everything shakes out, Matt Kleinschmidt ends up back in the 20th position.
And he might be on pit road for a while because he's got a lot of damage to both front corners of his truck. Looks like Bryson Hunt came off pit road 6th. Bob Cunningham 7th. Casey Drake 8th. Tater Bowman 9th. And John Mullins top 10 as the field cycles back around.
Take a quick look at Mr. Mullins to see if he's got any damage.
Let's see. That looks pretty clean to me.
Well, if he's sitting in top 10 position and he's clean, y'all, you got to watch out for him.
Yeah.
Got 20 laps to go. Yeah, I look for him to start making some moves to get up closer to the front of that field.
Yeah, because for now he's just been kind of lurking back there. And certainly when the laps click off, he's going to be finding some way to get to the front.
Now that right there is the one thing I just do not like to see with Weatherholtz. I mean, you're turning your car left and right. I don't believe that actually puts any heat in your tires. It may just do more damage than good as far as your wear. But the thing about it is, these trucks are so loose in the rear end. It don't take much.
Tires.
And if he didn't take tires, that's just even more of a risk that he's taking with trying to put heat in his tires or whatever. I've never seen it actually do any good for me with racing, especially on the internet. You know, maybe if I'm at Bowman Gray and trying to warm my tires up, yeah, but in a simulation like this, I just don't believe it's worth taking the risk.
Yeah, I believe he did take fuel only because he was on pit road only for about 8 seconds or so. And we certainly don't need any incidents under the caution. Remember, we had a big wreck during the caution last night in the Cup race. So they're going to give him one to go this time?
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking about pulling in our leader, if I could.
All right, let's try to do that.
Well, the lights are out. We'll get him here in just a few seconds after they go green and he gets settled in. I don't want to jeopardize his restart.
Well, it looks like Zadarius Smith was given an EOL penalty for, I guess, being judged to have caused that crash. I mean, no, that's kind of the least of his concerns right now, though, because he's got a bunch of damage to his truck, and he's 2 laps down in 23rd place right now. So it's kind of all for not really.
Yeah, I know how that is. We're going to try to keep this pit toggle off so we can get a good clean view of the restart here on lap 31. We got Christopher on the inside and Eric Weatherholtz in first on the outside. So,
Yeah, the key of this restart's going to be Spencer Tart and Mitchell Briggs, whoever can give the best push, I believe. That's
well,
gonna be
that
key.
outside line has been working here tonight. We've seen that. It's just a matter if those 3 trucks on the high side is going to get nose to tail. And I just seen Clay Phillips back there in the screen, so he's in 13th position.
Well,
and they're
this car
away.
is off. Here we go.
It looks like Stouffer got him a heck of a start.
Oh yeah, that might be a little too big of a lead, perhaps.
Well, I think he'll be all right if the 12 car can keep the 28 pin down. He'll have no choice but to tuck in with Stouffer. And the 69 of Mitchell Briggs is doing everything he can to get Weatherholtz past Chris Stouffer.
Well, this looks like a pace lap where they're running side by side. Stouffer gained a little bit of an advantage now. Kleinschmidt trying to fight back.
John Mullins has worked his way up to the 8th position, so
He'll be slowly making his way forward.
yeah, he's going to be working his way forward, that's for sure.
Top 14 trucks are all within us. Top 15 trucks are all within 1 second of the leader.
And we got and maybe Weatherholtz on the bottom.
There comes Kleinschmidt. He's going to clear Christopher getting into turn 3.
And now he better hold it down there, because if he don't hold it tight, you know he'll get turned.
Yeah, you can't open up that bottom once you get down there, because they'll just free train you.
He may be sitting in the catbird seat for right now, but I see that 64, John Mullins, and he's working his way on the bottom.
He's slowly creeping in. He's scored in 8th last time by.
Yeah, well, if he can stay right where he's at.
Oh,
there goes 19. And 69, 28.
And the rest of the pack. Casey Drake involved. Tater Bowman down to the grass. Spencer Tart's got a lot of damage to his front end. Jeremy Hebel in the 1 Menard Chevy. All sorts of damage.
Yeah, we're going to try to bring this replay. Here we go. 69 looks like he just bouncing around up there on the top side. And
so they just ran out of room.
He makes a hole. Looked to me like maybe he tried to make a hole.
Maybe that hole closed too quickly on him. Oh, John Mullins was involved, David. He's manually disconnected.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 2 guys you were picking that's having a rough night so far. Martin Wenzel Which, by the way, I just saw watching the replay. Go see him flying through the grass. So his troubles continue. And it looks like from the replay, it looks like Mitchell Briggs just, I don't know if he was trying to side draft on the 19, or whatever the case, he just got too close.
Right. Well, I thought maybe he was trying to make it 3 wide and shoot the gap there, and it just didn't work out for him.
Now this scoring, the serial scoring is going to be really shaken up here.
Well, we still have Weatherholtz in the first position. Looks like Tater Bowman has slipped up in there out of the catbird seat. He's finally slipped in there to the second position.
Yeah, he had to go diving down through the grass to miss that.
I believe he's okay. Yeah, his truck looks pretty clean to me.
And just got a slight tap from Jeremy Hubble, but yeah, he looks all right.
He may have just a little bit of damage on the rear end, but if it is, it's not much.
And it's certainly not worth pitting now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You got, what, 14 laps to go when they come across the line? I'm not coming in.
Yeah, going to be about 12 when they restart. Dakota Wilkins was running third. He's pulled off down to the inside. I wonder what that's all about.
Probably in the EOL. He was probably trying to get out in front of that pace car and then wasn't able to do so. Now he's got to go to the end of the longest line.
Well, now
that's what I imagine.
Well, now he's coming back up to this third position.
You're talking about the 50 truck.
44.
Yeah, he scored in 5th position.
Well, maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he was just messing with something on his dash or something.
It's possible. I have to do the same thing, drop down real low and speed up just a little bit. You know, that way I can peek through the little crack in my virtual reality so I can see what I'm messing with. Had to cut my stream off last night doing that. And then eventually I had to go in there and change the settings. And that's why all the sound and everything's not working here tonight.
Right.
Because it was still set up for virtual reality. And, of course, you have to exit the sim and come back to get the sound to work. Once you switch back in. And I just was not going to do that. We went through enough technical difficulties. People can watch this race, and it's our first race, and we will have everything straightened out. Again, we do want to thank everybody for coming out and sticking with us and watching this for the DRL Winona Road Truck Series Daytona 125. Got to thank our sponsor for that. They have graciously sponsored this league, and we do appreciate any and all sponsors. The Fast Lane for the Cup Series.
Absolutely.
And the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters for the Grand National Series that we are running.
Well, whatever the case with Dakota Wilkins, he's been given his position back, and he's going to restart third here. See if they give him one to go.
They should be doubling up this time by.
Yep.
Lights are out.
Yep, here it's going to be green flag next time by. Now, don't look now, but James Pandoff, remember he got black flag at the start for not making a qualifying lap?
Right.
And was 2 laps down?
He's
well, right now, yep, he's gotten the lucky dog, and he's going to be restarting 9th. He's got 2 lucky dogs.
Well, that's why you never give up in any racing series. That's why we also give out 5 bonus points for sticking around. You never know how many bonus points you'll get. I mean, you may sit in the pits for 20 minutes, but if you can get in there and only have like 3 or 4 minutes, it's still worth for you, even if you're 2 or 3 laps down, to finish a race, because you never know how many cautions is going to happen and how many trucks are going to not be able to complete the race. Even if you have to sit on pit road, as long as you're here, you're going to get those points.
Well, Casey Drake's going to restart in 4th. I could have sworn I thought I saw some damage to his front end, but
It looks clean to me.
maybe I mistook him from somebody else.
Actually, the top 4 trucks, minus Tater Bowman. Tater looks like he's got just a little bit of damage in the center of his truck. He may not have. Now, I think that's his paint job. And I'm pretty sure it should have been a different color than that.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about it.
I
Here we go.
updated everything, and it's still, I'm hoping everybody got their truck colors right. We are green.
Pace car is off. Yep, here we go again. A 12-lap shootout. Well, what a restart by Chris Stouffer.
I mean, where the Holtz? Oh, don't do that. Hold him. I just knew it. I just knew the 40 car was going to try to close that hole up.
Yeah, he was flirting with disaster right there.
And the 44 gave Weatherholtz a heck of a shot. And Weatherholtz is doing everything he can to block. Don't think Tater Bowman's going to appreciate running him up the track like that.
Yeah, probably not. Well, whatever the case, he's
still holding his own.
Out in front.
And yeah, he's going to get cleared by Tater and 15 and the 7 of
Stouffer around.
He did the same thing I did. He tried to clear that hole and it wasn't there. Wow.
See, I believe, looking at it now, I don't see much damage. I believe he was able to get it stopped before he got to the inside wall. But the 2 trucks who've been leading most of this race get together through the tri-oval, and we're under caution again. It's like just a little bit of a nick on Chris Stouffer right around the splitter.
Him, Weatherholtz looked like he come out of it pretty unscathed, so.
I'm taking a look. Yeah, maybe slight damage to the rear, but again, certainly the rear is not nearly as important as the front end.
You got to have that front end right, because it will slow you down quickly.
Let's see. Well, Tater Bowman, after making it through that last crash somehow through the grass, he's being scored as our leader with Casey Drake. And how about James Pandoff, David?
Yep.
Up to 3rd.
James is one of the most consistent drivers I've ever been around. I mean, I've seen him caught up in some stuff, and he'll hang in there.
He's tenacious. That's my word for him.
K&N Series. I raced against him in the K&N Series, and of course he got 2nd place in the K&N Series for the championship. I got 3rd. But I thought for sure that he finished more races behind me than he did in front of me. But apparently not, because at one point he was almost dead last in that series, and he come back to finish 2nd. So you can't never count out James.
No, absolutely not.
He's cautious. He'll ride around. And if he gets hooked up right there with Tater, and from the looks of it, he's going to be on the inside with Tater. So if them 2 get together, you can count on them to make a 1-2 finish.
Man, can you imagine him coming back to win this race after being 2 laps down right off the bat?
It'd be nice to have him come in here and win this race 2 laps down.
And we got Eric Weatherholtz on pit road, getting some damage fixed, as well as Chris Stouffer. Nothing to lose there. Of course, flat spotted some tires, I'm sure. Casey Drake looked like he made a fake to pit road.
And we just got so many drivers on pit road. I can't keep the pit lane clear.
And right now, there's only 11 trucks on the lead lap, and quite a bit of them have quite a bit of damage. Matt Kleinschmidt in 7th, Jeremy Hebel, Weatherholt, Stouffer, Josh Coppernall, they've all got damage to their trucks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you get a chance, come and join us out here next week for Atlanta Motor Speedway.
That's going to be fun. That's definitely going to be a fun track to.
Yeah, it's really loose as it is right now, and
it's almost at this point with they haven't repaved the track since 1997 when they completely redone it. Like, it hasn't had a fresh set of pavement on it since then. So tire wear, quite frankly, is almost up there, kind of like with Darlington at this point. As the leaders cross the stripe, now lights are still on the pace car.
oh my Lord. Yeah, our next.
Wait, everything all right?
ATVO is just doing anything it wants to do. I was trying to get this out. Is our next race here with the Winona Truck Series is going to be for 65 laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway next Wednesday night at 9:30. Our actual next broadcast is going to be the Grand National Series Ghostbusters
On Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday night. Monday night's the Grand National Series. See, it's just doing whatever it wants to do.
On my end, race control was just giving Chris Stouffer the end of the longest line penalty for, I guess, cause he was deemed to be at fault for that crash.
Yeah, he went for a hole that just closed up on him.
And that's too bad. He certainly had one of the top couple of trucks that could have contended for this win. Well, as far as he's still on the lead lap, so he still might be in a position to win this race.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got two more races of me, at least one more race of me doing the control, possibly two. And after that, we will have everything straightened out. And I'm assuming that, yeah, the Grand National Series is going to be Monday night for 82 laps. And that'll be with me and Chris James around 9:30 or 9:25 or so. Start of the race is going to be at 9:30. I usually jump in the server around 9 o'clock, so you can see me and Chris James at 9 o'clock Monday night. And that's our next race for 82 laps.
We got the lights off on the pace car and the fields are doubled up, so it looks like we're gonna go green this time. It's gonna be 6 laps.
Well, if they stay green, I look for James Pandolf and Tater Bowman to finish first and second. If the high side decides that they want to get antsy,
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of 3 wide here.
Yeah, I'm looking maybe for the 44 to jump right in there between the 51 and the 40. That'd be Dakota Wilkins and Casey Drake battling out with Tater Bowman and James Pandolf.
Well, we're asking a lot to run these last 6 laps without a caution.
Well, they
As the pace car is off.
And Tater gives him a good start. James got a good run with him. 51, if he's smart, he'd have closed that hole right there. There he goes.
You see Drake gets down in there.
And he's not going to... Ooh. I thought he wasn't going to hold it down a little bit tighter than that. Don't do that, James. All right, now you can hit him.
So my question right now, David, is when do you make your move?
Now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, because...
If you're going to go with Tater and James, and then they're going to stick together, and they're doing their moves. And if you're Casey
and if the
Drake...
caution comes out.
Yeah, if you're Casey Drake, you're probably going to wait until that car gets to the back of you and then shoot the gap up to the top.
Oh, Pandoff's really working the bumper of Bowman.
Yeah, he's trying to help his buddy out. Of course, I don't know how many friends you're going to have when it gets down to that last lap.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah, I keep you up front to the last lap, then I'm going to do everything I can to win that race. I don't care if we are teammates.
Yeah, exactly.
I need a win.
Like
I need bonus points. I need a championship.
Yeah, chance to get yourself in the chase right here.
James lost it all on his own. Oh, my Lord.
Whoa, I can't do it.
Oh, he got
hard in the wall.
Just
still
a little
green.
on the apron and
no caution.
Caught it. Yeah, he got a little squirrely there and caught the apron and was unable to bring it back. That's what I was talking about. These trucks are really, really loose in the rear end.
The green flag is still out, and here comes...
You get that hospital wobble, you're done for. As
that's too bad.
Darrell Walter says. It looks like the 44 may just shove the 27. That's Cody Gatsky.
It's the first time we've seen him up here all race, and here...
That close to the front, yeah. Cody may stand a chance if he can get past that 59. 59's got some damage to the rear of his truck. Looks like he got some damage to the front of his truck as well.
Well, that's too bad, though, for James Pandoff making the great comeback he did.
Yeah.
And have it all come to an end like that.
Like that apron's not your friend. It never is.
Nope. Well, here it comes, the outside line. Matt Kleinschmidt getting a push from Casey Drake.
Well, I'd like to see Kleinschmidt do all he can. I like to see Tater win it too, but I mean, I don't know who I'm going to pull for. I'll flip a coin here at the end. How's that? This has actually been a really good race, despite all the technical difficulties that we've had.
Well, if you ask me, all 8 trucks in this lead pack still have a shot at it.
And Kleinschmidt was ahead of Tater there just for a second. If that 51 of Casey Drake will get tucked up underneath him, he may stand a chance of winning this race.
Well, they just crossed 2 laps to go.
He missed it by a half a car length that time. Oh!
It's amazing stuff. They're trying to side draft. It's going to be all take and no give.
Depends on who's going to try 3 wide.
Oh.
44 lost it. Hang on to it. Get back on the track. And that may have just cleared the way for Kleinschmidt, because now the 27 has lost his draft.
Yep, the inside line got broken apart. Well, here they come.
It ain't over yet. They got one more to go.
Casey Drake pushing Matt Kleinschmidt.
Tater hanging on to that lap.
Hold on.
44 gathers it back up. There's 4 on top, 4 on bottom.
He's still got a chance here. He's running 3rd on the inside line.
Come on, Tater. Hang on
Half
to
a
it.
lap to go.
Oh, there went 27.
Again.
And that may just give Kleinschmidt.
Oh, Bowman around. Who's going to come through and win this race?
Looks like 91.
The 91 is going to come in second, looks like.
Looks like
Hebel.
Hebel.
Jeremy Hebel is going to win this race.
Nope, 91 is going to win this race. Well, yeah, it says Jeremy Hebel in time.
Jeremy Hebel, how about that? Involved in the first wreck back lap 25, and he is going to come through and take the checkered flag here at Daytona.
Andrew Marston's up second. Christopher pulls out a third. Casey Drake got fourth. And Matt Kleinsmith got a top 5. Way to go, Matt.
And Tater Bowman, he's still dropping down the scoring pylon.
He finishes in 9th, I think.
Yeah, he's
still crawling.
He's crawling to the line right now.
Oh, he ain't even crossed?
Not yet. He's right at the pit entry.
Wow.
How about that? Jeremy Hebel and Andrew Marsh, the 2 drivers who were involved in that first crash, they come back to finish 1st and 2nd. And now Bowman does cross the line, and he's going to be credited with finishing 9th. The last truck on the lead lap.
Yep. Let's see if we can't get Jeremy in here for a quick interview.
I'm speechless.
Hey, Jeremy. It's
Hello.
Mr. Welborn. We up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yes, I do.
Well, talk us through that, brother.
I really don't know what happened there. On that one big one we had a few laps back, I thought I was done for, but we tried to do as much as I could there with the damaged truck I had, and everybody was pushing each other like crazy there, going down the backstretch, and I did not see myself making it through that.
We didn't even know where you come from. I mean, the whole field wrecked, and we was like, who's going to win the race? And I seen the 91 going through the grass. We never even saw you.
Yeah, I just kept my foot in it and prayed to God that I was going to make it out the other end, and when I saw that, basically, I was by myself. I just couldn't believe it.
Well, congratulations tonight on your win. You are a rookie driver this season, so this is your first win in DRL. You got to go into the next race with some really good points. You got anybody you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my teammates Dakota Wilkins and Andrew Marsh, giving me some help here in tonight's race.
Taylor, you got any questions for him?
Well, you clinched your spot in the chase with a win. How about that?
Yeah, I mean that feels good with my with the first outing here. You know, I didn't know really what to expect. My first time league racing with iRacing, so really enjoyed it, and I'll be real happy to come back next week.
Well, we look forward to having you, brother.
All right, thank you.
We'll move you right back up.
All right, I'm gonna try to get Andrew Marsh in here. See, there he is. Andrew Marsh, this is Taylor in the broadcast booth. You hear me?
Yep.
Boy, what a finish right there. With you and your teammate involved in that very first wreck and coming back for a 1-2 finish.
Yeah, it was definitely amazing to have that happen. I mean, it's my first time league racing as well, and I was definitely determined to help him. He was starting to lose the draft there, and I volunteered to go back and help him, and we were able to make it work.
Well, now you're going to be second in the point standings going into Atlanta next week. That's got to feel good.
Yes, it's definitely amazing. I never expected it. I just was going to style and see where I went from there, and this just tops it.
You did a heck of a job, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to real quick?
Just really Dakota and Jeremy. They pretty much helped me start out sim racing, and we've been racing a couple years now. So yeah, they help me get better every year a lot.
Well, congrats on your second place, man. We'll hope to see you next week.
Yes, I'll be there next week.
Yeah, really, congratulations. And if you're new to league racing, you're gonna have an experience with this league that you'll never believe, brother. This is a very nice league that you've joined, and we really do look forward to having you here next week.
Yep, thank you.
You want to get in, Stouffer?
Yep, I'm getting them in right now. Christopher, this is Taylor in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, you had quite a strong truck, led up there for a while, and then got tangled up there with Eric Weatherholz. Tell me about it.
Well, not much I can say. Honestly, when I did pit, I was just a little short on fuel, and I knew it. I was trying to save fuel coming back to the green, and then after we went green, I just made a rookie mistake. I can't, there's no good reason why I caused that wreck there. I should have known to give a little bit more room as long as I've been on iRacing. But, wrecks, stuff happens. And, it's just because I pitted right there, took on the extra gallon, I felt like I needed to make it back because I was up front the whole race. And, of course, being up there in clean air, you can't beat that.
Well, you just pulled a Welber and call it that, all right?
Well, tell me how you got through that last lap wreck.
I held my breath, and I was following the 3 truck, and I saw cars. I saw some smoke. Couldn't really see because you can't really see when you're following behind somebody with that big old spoiler in front of you. But he moved high, and the next thing I know, I saw a truck sitting right in the middle of turn 3 there, and I clipped him just barely, and I actually my engine gave out right after I went over the line. But hey, coming across third after that, I'll take it.
Well, you certainly gave us a great show. Anybody want to give a quick shout out to?
As always, I'll give a shout out to my wife and kids. I want to thank you, and James for putting on the series itself, and I believe it's Winona Road for sponsoring the series.
Yes, it is. Well, certainly well done tonight, man. Hope to see you next week in Atlanta.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to try to make as many of these truck races as I can. I'm racing for the points in the Cup Series, so but trucks are always fun.
Yeah, they are, man. We'll hope to see you next week.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to pull in Tater Bowman just because I want to see his response to
gotta get a word
almost winning it.
Any of us made it through
Hey,
it.
Tater, you got a copy, brother?
Hey, sir, sure do. How you doing tonight?
Well, we're doing all right, I guess, after everything that went going on with us, but it looked to me like you had a worse night than we did.
Well, what can you say? It's plate racing. I knew, being number one, that means you're the number one target. And last lap at Daytona, and some people wanted it more than others.
Well, you did an awesome job to get up there. You had your buddy James Pandolf on your back door. We thought both of y'all were going to team up there and finish first and second, but it kind of looked like James caught the apron and just shot off through the bottom.
Yeah, I think someone we were in team comms. I think someone laid a bumper to him and got him just a little bit loose, and he shot down toward the inside.
Right.
And at that point, I knew I was a sitting duck, and I think me, James, and Mr. Gatsky, Cody, had the cleanest trucks out there at that point.
Well, we still thought you were going to pull it off.
Well,
right up until the melee. It kind of was it kind of reminded me of the Cup finish last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super interesting. It's one thing race controlling, but when you're in the seat and you got your crew and your team, and we're all kind of rallying, it's pretty special. You know what I mean? It makes the nerves get up a little bit.
Oh yeah, you get that foot dancing on that gas pedal, seeing how you're holding it to the floor, and mine gets to shaking. Yeah, get close down to 5-6 laps to go. My foot's just shaking on the gas pedal. But you got anybody you want to give a quick shout out to, brother?
Yeah, I really want to shout out to the league, the broadcasters, the admins, Dysfunctional Patriots Racing. we group of dysfunctional guys that I don't know how we do it, but somehow we've done really well at Daytona this week, and they're just a great group of guys that I like being around. I really want to give them a shout out.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you here next week. Next week. You're going to be running this series for points. Is that correct?
I'm actually in the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters.
Grand National Series.
Yeah, for points. This is for fun.
Okay.
I'm hesitant because I don't want to ruin someone else's points run, but I want to come out here and have some fun at some select tracks. So.
I hear you. Well, we're going to let you go. We're going to try to get this thing wrapped up. Drop you back down into your team thing there, and that's what I'm going to do. I'll drop you down there if I can find you.
All right, man. Thanks,
right.
guys, for everything you do.
Oh, thank you. How much time we got left, Dave? I was going to try to get James panned off.
We got all the time in the world, brother.
All right, I'll bring him in. Hey, James, it's Taylor. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what a wild race for you. Started with a stop-and-go penalty, made your laps up, and then it all went wrong on the backstretch. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, it was unfortunate that I got the penalty, but rules are rules, and even I, the owner, have to follow them. But it was a fun race. I was just minding my business, able to get my 2 laps back, and then I managed to get 3rd place somehow. And my goal was to get Tater and myself out 1-2. I would have made a move on the final lap to try to win the race, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Nobody's letting off with less than 3 to go, so it's Daytona, and I hope to get him next week.
You certainly don't have anything to hang your head about, man. Did a great job. You want to give a quick shout out to anybody?
Yeah, just everybody that makes Dynasty Racing League what it is today. It's a very fun league. I never thought it'd be as far as it is today. Only 1 year into iRacing, and without anybody, it wouldn't be where it is today. So thank you to all of them, and thank you to you guys for broadcasting.
Well,
thank you for inviting me to this league as well.
Absolutely glad to have you.
And I really enjoy broadcasting. That's why I was sitting here tonight. Last minute, I happened to think, if something goes wrong, I might want to go ahead and update my ATVO, and sure enough, we both ran into problems. So I was glad to help out here tonight. Just want to thank you and everybody else for showing up and coming out here for these events. It's one of the best leagues I've ever been in.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. That means a lot.
All right, James. Now you have a good night, brother. Wait, did you even get a shout out to anybody?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Just to go, we'll move you back down there and we'll try to wrap this thing up.
10-4.
You certainly can't discount what he's done for this league, along with Martin Wenzel and Ryan Branch and the rest of the gang.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, people don't realize that there is really a lot that goes in behind the scenes of putting these events on. Excuse me. Well, tonight was the Daytona 125, the Winona Road Truck Series. It was for 50 laps, and let's see if we can't get the unofficial results run down. I'll let you do the first 10 there, Taylor.
All right, we got Jeremy Hebel, our winner, Andrew Marsh second, Chris Stouffer in third, Casey Drake fourth, and Matt Kleinschmidt fifth, Eric Weatherholt sixth, Dakota Wilkins seventh. So Jeremy Hebel and Andrew Marsh 1 and 2, and their teammate Wilkins in seventh. That's a good day for that team. Josh Coppernall eighth, Tater Bowman, who looked like he was in a position to win, get credit for finishing ninth, and Cody Gatsky, who was involved in that last lap crash, actually did not come across the line, so he scored 1 lap down in 10th.
Well, We got Robert Armstrong in 11th, Bob Cunningham in 12th. James Pandolf did finish the race in 13th position. Spencer Tart finishes in 14th. Ryan Branch 15th. Chris Torrance is 16th. Richard Springer is 17th. Marvin Wingfield turns out in the 18th position. Clay Phillips is 19th. And Cy Jackson rounds out our top 20.
Mitchell Briggs, who looked like had the best truck early on, started on pole, as well as the outside pole sitter Bryson Hunt. They finished 21st and 22nd, respectively. Brandon Redd credited with 23rd. Bradley Freeman, 24th. John Mullins, 25th. I know that's got to break your heart, David.
I know.
Jeffrey Meyer in 26th. He's got the bad luck bug this week. Martin Wenzel in 27th. And Zach Smith
rounds out our field.
28th.
Yeah. All righty. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's just remind everybody that our next race is going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It will be Wednesday night at 9:30 for 65 laps. We look forward for everyone to come back out and join us there for the Winona Truck Series. Our actual next broadcast is going to be the Atlanta Motor Speedway for 82 laps, and that will be the Dynasty Racing League's I get it mixed up every time. It's the It's the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters Grand National Series. I tell you what, you say that 3 times real fast.
I can't.
I can't either. I can barely get it out the first time. But it is the Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters Grand National Series. It will be here on Monday night at 9:30. We'll be running 82 laps for 126 miles. So we look forward to having everybody come out here on Monday nights and Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights for these series. I am your host tonight. Here is David Wellborn. Normal host is Daniel Hallis and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. We're gonna get our credits in here,
and hopefully next week Daniel won't have his connection issues and he can actually join us.
Well, it's not just ATVO the other night had an update, and I don't know what happened with it, but I had experienced some problems with it myself. So,
well, certainly hopefully it'll resolve itself by next week.
Big old sign that says credits. Got to thank the owner, James Pandolf and Tater Bowman, for putting on this series. Tater for the financial marketing or the financial status of the running all 3 of these leagues. We got Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez that does the graphics and the technical. Jordan Gonzalez does the marketing as well. Of course, now we got our broadcasters, Ryan Branch, Daniel Hallis, tonight, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Chris James, and myself, David Wellborn. Our administrators are Tater Bowman, Ryan Branch, Martin Wenzel, Jordan Gonzalez, Daniel Hallis, Josh Carpinall, James Pandolf, Mitchell Briggs, myself, David Wellborn, and Blake Griffith. The administrators for each one of the series that is running for the DRL Fast Lane Cup Series is Tater Bowman. The administrator during the race of the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters Grand National Series is Daniel Hallis, and Ryan Branch is our administrator during the Winona Truck Series, or Winona Road Truck Series that we have here tonight. You got anything else you want to add, Taylor?
Well, I mean, tonight certainly lived up to expectations, if you ask me.
Well, it was a truck race, that's for sure, and it was not a bottom feeder and riding around on the bottom all night long, and it was some racing. That's what it was. It was racing.
Action-packed.
Yeah. I wish we could have got a little bit more of the action pack and the replays, but again, ladies and gentlemen, you give me 8 days and we'll make something happen. But
and next week we'll have the in-car camera sound working as well.
well, I will have it working. I'll have testing going and everything. And I'm hoping maybe next week Daniel Hallis will be able to do his job here, but I'll always back up my stuff as well. That way we have a backup plan. That was the whole point of me even thinking about being here tonight was just to help out Daniel and you, because y'all are new to the broadcasting. And
well, it's a good thing you did, because I would have been riding solo tonight.
Well, you'd have been lucky if you could have even got into the YouTube channel and got everything set up. You know, so I mean,
I'd have a lot more on my plate than I had originally planned.
Yeah, same here for me. But again, we are closing this session out here tonight, and we do thank everyone for coming out. And I am going to be. No, I still don't. I'm looking at OBS right now, and it's not going to let me have sound. It's something to do with the reason why it would not let me have iRacing. But we're closing this session out, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good night. I'm David Wellborn.
I'm Taylor Woodger Benjamin, and hope to tune in next week, folks.
And we're signing off for DRL TV.
All right, good night, guys.